In fact, India Today is the only channel to have travelled all the way to Iraq, where 39 Indians were believed to have been held captive. India Today's Aanchal Vora travelled to the prison where these Indians were supposed to be held captive, only to find that the prison had been razed to the ground by the Islamic State. Let's take a look at this India Today exclusive.
3-1 7-3-4
Plumes of smoke, thuds of explosion. This is what became of Mosul after ISIS overran it in June 2014. 3 years later, this July, Iraqi forces recaptured the ancient city. Hopes flickered more than 3,000 kilometers in the east, across India. Hope that 39 Indians missing from 2014 could still be alive. For families waiting for their loved ones, nothing could have been more reassuring. And that's when India Today sets out in search of our missing immigrants in Mosul. A journey through some of the world's most dangerous zones. The first by any Indian TV crew after Mosul's liberation from the deadly ISIS. Located in northern Iraq, this city has been no stranger to the rise and fall of civilizations. It's reduced to ruins once again. This is where ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi declared a global caliphate in 2014.
That's the Al-Nuri mosque from where Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi announced his caliphate. There is no clarity whether he's been killed or is still alive. West Mosul, though, lies in ruins. There's nothing left here. The moment you get here, the smell of rotting bodies catches up. There's only destruction. As far as your eye can see, there are no human beings.
An estimated 40,000 people have been killed in Mosul. Many more are still unaccounted for. Our heart sinks to think of the fate of 39 Indians abducted by the ISIS in mid-2014. In Erbil, near Mosul, we meet members of the tiny Indian community. Tirupati belongs to Hyderabad and works at a popular restaurant here. He is worried about the fellow Indians gone missing.
It's very sad to they're stuck there. I don't know about them, where they are. Very, very sad, very, very sad. So we want to know where they are safe or they are in any trouble or like that.
Around 6,000 Indians live in Erbil. At the beginning of the conflict, 22,000 lived in Iraq. Most came here for work. Where did 39 of them disappear? We probe different agencies.
This is the office of the Red Crescent in Erbil, and we're about to go inside to find out if they have any information about the 39 Indians who were abducted in 2014. Remember, India's External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj continues to give hope to the families of these abducted Indians, and the Ministry of External Affairs did say that it was originally Red Crescent that gave them the information that the Indians are alive. So what's the status? Do they know anything? Have they been talking to the Indian government? Let's find out. Said that Red Crescent has told them.
Havre Ehsan Sadiq has been the manager of Red Crescent's Erbil branch since September 2014. If there is any information that needs to be shared about civilians, it would go through him.
You're in charge of Red Crescent in Mosul, right?
Yeah.
If there is any information that any of your volunteers or workers find or in Mosul about Indians, will that come to you?
But 3 years, ISIS to control in the Mosul, and I didn't any information with the any people inside Mosul.
Erbil's main humanitarian agency is clueless, but our search continues. We now head to the heart of the conflict, in West Mosul. The entire area looks like a war zone. We move through endless lines of destroyed, deserted homes. That's the final mile. We are nervous, yet hopeful. Soon, we are joined by a local team. They led us to a path laden with mines. We walk, watching our steps carefully. What we discover is stunning. There's no sign of any prison anymore, let alone any person. We look at the rubble, shattered.
This is Badush Prison. This is where, according to the intelligence India's External Affairs Minister has received, the 39 abducted Indians could possibly be. But that information is clearly absolutely incorrect, because this building, we're being told, was destroyed by ISIS itself years ago, and this area was liberated a few months ago, in fact, by the counter-terrorism unit of Iraq. What's left are just remnants of what was once a prison where ISIS had come to get some of their Islamist brothers released from, and it is at that time that they also ended up occupying the city of Mosul. The question hence continues to be, where are the 39 Indians? It is important to have hope, but looking at this, I have to say, this is not what I expected to find. We faced many problems while coming here, and one was hoping that perhaps there'd be some good news that one could return home with. In Badush, on the outskirts of Mosul, in Iraq, Aaj Tak.
And that was a shocker from Badush, our correspondent, going all the way to Iraq, only to find that the prison, in fact, has been destroyed. Back home in India, the families of these missing Indians continue to live in despair, while some recall the last conversations that they had with their missing relatives. Some others, they continue to live in hope, especially after the recent liberation of Mosul. They're hoping that they will hear of their missing family members. India Today's Anand Patel and Satvinder Singh send us this report.
I announce from here to the whole world the end and the failure and collapse of the terrorist state of falsehood and terrorism which the terrorist Daesh announced from Mosul 3 years ago.
Barely 10 days ago, Mosul was declared free from the clutches of the world's most dreaded terror organization. The war-torn territory witnessed joyous scenes after 3 years of bloodbath. These pictures of celebration in the streets of Mosul have kindled fresh hope thousands of miles away in Punjab. India Today set out to meet Harjeet Masi, the only Indian to escape. He has been claiming that ISIS terrorists abducted the group of 40 Indians on 11th June 2014 and executed them near Badush deserts on 15th. Harjeet Masi is living a tough life after his return in Kala Afghana village of Gurdaspur. From Mosul, he managed to reach the Erbil border where he was picked by Indian consulate.
हमें तो अलग ले गए गाड़ी में बंद करके उनको तो वैसे सर मैं जब वहाँ पहुँचा तो वहाँ थे वो सब वैसे झूठ झूठ बोला कि हाँ वैसा हूँ पता ही है आपको सब कैसे कैसे बोला है मैंने वो लोग तो अपने उधर के लोग ही मारे जा रहे हैं तो इंडिया वाले को कहाँ छोड़ेंगे वो लोग उन लोगों ने अपने भी उधर बहुत लोग मारे लोकल लोगों को मार दिया उधर लोगों ने तो इसलिए सर चलो मैं कहना नहीं चाहता सर तो फिर भी सर मैं कह रहा हूँ कि लोगों को मेरे सामने मारा है.
Our next stop was Bohewal village near Amritsar. Here, the family members of some of the 39 missing Indians often get together and discuss developments. They have been waiting for their prayers to be answered for 3 long years.
Reports from Iraq suggest that the Badush jail, where the 39 Indians were held captive, has been completely destroyed during fierce fighting between ISIS fighters and Iraqi forces. But here in Bhoewal, the family members are hopeful and praying at the local Gurudwara for the safe return of their children.
MOS External Affairs VK Singh was rushed to Iraq to look for the missing Indians, but there has been little breakthrough.
जब तक इलाका पूरी तरह से कंट्रोल में नहीं आ जाता तब तक ये कहना मुश्किल है जेल में है नहीं है जेल से और कहीं भेज दिया गया है ये भी क्वेश्चन मार्क है
25-year-old Manjinder Singh's mother, a cancer survivor, is rebuilding her house. She is trying to fulfill the dream of her only son, who went to Iraq to earn money and build a grand house. 12th June 2014 was the last time Manjinder called home. He sounded desperate. ISIS fighters had taken them hostage. All that the helpless family members could do was call the Indian embassy at Baghdad. But no help reached. She breaks down while narrating Manjinder's ordeal. Our next destination was Dasuya in Hoshiarpur, where Manjinder's sister Gurpinder has been crusading for the safe return of her brother and other men. Over the past 3 years, she has written to almost every influential person she could reach to, from Foreign Secretary to the Prime Minister himself.
I think government is not doing enough because we are a power. India is a big power. If Indian government want, then they can bring back 39 Indians immediately.
Family of another missing Indian, Gurcharan, claims on 17th June 2014 he called his brother in Bahrain.
गलबात कर ली दी फोन ते भी कर ली दी उतना भी कर ली दी मिल जुल के पता लग जाता जानकारी दा.
Another family, another story of despair. Prem Singh here recalls the last conversation he had with his son Kamaljeet on June 14th before he went missing in Iraq.
जून की 14 तारीख जून के महीने क्या कहा था उन्होंने आपसे? उन्होंने यही कहा जी भाई साडे मतलब पिछे नु हाथ बंद है या ते साडा हुण पता नहीं है तो मतलब असि सानू कित्थे लेके जाना कित्थे नहीं.
The Iraqi foreign minister is arriving on Monday. The government has been assuring that he will bring fresh update about the missing Indians.
It's been a long and agonizing wait for these family members, waiting for some news of their dear ones from a war-ravaged country. The only hope they are clinging on to is the fact that no ransom call was ever made, no video has surfaced, and no mass grave of Indians has been found so far in Mosul. With camera person Premchand Mishra, this is Anand Patel in Amritsar for India Today.
Well, that was about the 39 missing Indians. That's not all. India Today's Achal Vora also got a chance to meet two sisters, Nadia and Maria, in West Mosul, both of whose husbands were abducted by the Islamic State, which gives us a sense of the kind of destruction that has been caused in the area. Let's listen into their heart-wrenching stories.
Meet Nadia and Maria, two sisters, two families, ripped apart by ISIS terror. Nadia's husband Faisal Ali Hussain was abducted by the ISIS 6 months ago when she was barely 5 months pregnant.
دواعش عبن شرطي قالوا بالزنجيري وقالوا السجن جوا المستشفى ضيف. لا والله ما اعرف اي خبر عنه والله العظيم. والله ما نعرفه. ما اعرفه عندي اطفال 6.
With 6 children to take care of, Nadia prays her husband is still being held hostage and will be freed one day. Nadia and her family lived in West Mosul's Saleh, a 10-minute drive from the Al-Nouri Mosque. Under ISIS, the people of Mosul had to bow to their wishes, especially those like Nadia's husband, who worked with the Iraqi state. Nadia's husband, for instance, was arrested for the crime of smoking a cigarette. They say ISIS rule was benign in the beginning, but that ended soon as they imposed severe restrictions and their rigorous interpretation of Islam.
مرة زينين قالوا لهم تجون تعلنون التوبات ولموا منهم السلاح وراحوا سلموا زنتي سلاح وردوا واخذوا صادروا البيت مالنا وصادروا وطلعنا ردوا عادينا موكش لو اخو عمل شرطي يعني ما جانا جت اخوهم داو قاموا وقالوا يشرب جقاير تنهزم على الحشد.
Maria's husband Ahmed Ali Hussein was picked up 3 years ago.
كان مداوم وما جاني لا جثة ولا شفته ما جا داعش.
While the sister is holding on to hope and says that she's certain one day her husband will return home, the other opts for closure. Under ISIS, daily lives of these people had become hell, and post-ISIS, the wait hasn't ended. In Mosul, Anshul Vora.
Well, as India today set out on Mission Iraq in search of the missing Indians, our report has also rattled the highest corridors of power, with the BJP chief jumping to the External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj rescue, saying that the government was in complete clarity on where the missing Indians are and that their search is still on. This despite India today discovering only ruins in place of the prison, which Sushma Swaraj, the foreign minister, claimed was in fact lodging those missing 39 Indians. The opposition, meanwhile, has spared no opportunity to attack the government, claiming that the minister is spreading white lies. The Congress might move a privilege motion on Monday, this even as the Aam Aadmi Party and the JDU have sought immediate answers.
The information given by the External Affairs Minister in Parliament perhaps was misleading. I believe one of our colleagues has moved a privilege motion or is intending to move it.
This has come as a shock, because the minister's statement in the House was pretty assertive, and she had confidently said on more than one occasion, and as recent as last week, or this week rather, that they are alive.
कांग्रेस ने कहा है कि सुषमा स्वराज ने देश को गुमराह करने की कोशिश की है और वो उनके खिलाफ प्रिविलेज मोशन लाएगी। इसके ऊपर बीजेपी का क्या स्टैंड है? और जो परिवार में जो 39 फैमिलीज है, उन लोगों की जो नहीं मिल रहे अब तक मिसिंग है, उन्होंने ये मांग की है कि बीजेपी गवर्नमेंट इस बारे में क्लैरिटी लाए।
क्लैरिटी है, उनको ढूंढने का प्रयास चल रहा है, अभी कोई फाइनल स्थिति किसी के सामने नहीं आई।
बादुश की जो जेल है वो नेस्तनाबूद हो चुकी है, उसका जो है ISIS ने बिल्कुल खत्म कर दिया है। तो ऐसे में अब जो सवाल उठता है कि जब बादुश में वो लोग नहीं है तो आगे कहाँ हो सकते हैं?
देखिए, इसमें इस पे कुछ कहना मेरे लिए अभी संभव नहीं है, और इसमें अगर विदेश मंत्रालय और सुषमा स्वराज जी ने मेरा शायद आज प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करके कुछ बात क्लियर भी की है, और इसमें ज़्यादा उसको स्पष्ट रूप से तो विदेश मंत्रालय अपने बहन जी सुषमा स्वराज जी और जनरल VK सिंह जी ही बता सकेंगे। जो आज ज़रूरत है कि संयम के साथ और केंद्र सरकार के साथ हमें खड़े होकर इस समस्या के साथ जूझते हुए उन परिवारों को सहायता और संयम के लिए अपील करते हैं।